Introduce the tables, everybody. Tables are two-dimensional structure that have row and column in them. It helps to organize the data into compact and nicer format. Suppose you have some information. You have a person named Alice, age 25, from New York, another name, Bob, age 30, from San Francisco, another person, Charlie, age 22, from Los Angeles. You want to create a table out of these lists. Basic table using lists of lists. Let us call this table age underscore table. And here you have a list. That's why we use square bracket. We're going to pass in the very first list, including some strings, which are variables. Here you have name, then you have age, then you have city. And please note that we use single quotes to represent the strings. We pass in the second list, including Alice, age 25, from New York. The next list includes a string, Bob, a number 30, and San Francisco as string. And finally, we pass in the last list, which is Charlie, 22, from Los Angeles. What does the table look like? So if you want to look at the content of my table, I type in age underscore table, and the result is going to be a list including lists. But remember that you're interested in having a nicer format of a table like this. As you remember, we call it a data frame. You have your variable written on top, name, age, city. These are variables. Then you have some indices and the name, age, and the city listed below nicely. To create this data frame, we need to use pandas. So let us go to the next slide and create a data frame from a table using pandas. Perfect. Make sure to import pandas as PD first, so you can access the functionality and tools inside pandas. When you import the pandas library in Python, it's common convention to use the alias PD for convenience. This makes it easier to reference pandas functions and objects in your code by providing a shorter and more readable name. Next, we're going to define a data frame. So this age underscore df, df represents the data frame. It's going to be pd.DataFrame, and please note the capital letters D and F. The data frame here is a tool in Panda library for making tables in Python. Think of it like a recipe to create a special kind of table called a data frame, where you can organize and analyze information in a neat two-dimensional way. And then you're going to pass in the name of your table, which in this case is age underscore table. Now let's take a look at our data frame. If you type in age underscore data frame, what you see, you don't see a list of lists. What you see instead, you're going to see a nice table with variables, name, age, and city, and the list of information that are written here. Now let's take a look at our Jupyter notebook and practice a little bit. So first of all, we're going to create a basic table. Basic table using lists of lists. Age underscore table. This is the name of our table. Very good. So since we're going to create a list, we're going to use open close square bracket, and then let us pass in variable names, name, comma, age. This is a string, and then comma, another string, which is our city. So remember that this is another list. So we're going to use open close square bracket To specify that, we have a list, comma, then go to the next line. To pass in the rest of the information, you have Alice. Age is 25. And from New York, so comma, string, New York. And then we're going to go to the next list. Okay. Open, close, square bracket. The name is Bob. And then the age is 30 from San Francisco. And comma, go to the next. Here I have more unnecessary information, so we deleted that. And then the next person is Charlie. Age 22 from Los Angeles. And here we go. We're done with this table. So if you want to take a look at my table, just copy and paste age table. And as you can see, you end up with a list of lists. Now we're going to import pandas as PD so we can convert this table into a nice data frame. Import pandas as PD. Let me add more cells. And then age underscore data frame. So since it's a data frame, I'm going to call age underscore df to make sure I know I created a data frame. Later on, when I'm going to look at the information or manipulate these data, I know what I'm dealing with. So here you have pd dot, we can use tab to get some information out of it. So since you have data frame just right here, select it, open close parentheses, and then you have age underscore table, pass in age underscore table, and then run this. So if you want to look at the content of your data frame, age underscore data frame is going to be this nice table with name, age, and city, and then you have the name of each person, the age, and the city they are from.